What's up, YouTube? Midnitekrawlr back up in this piece, and it's that time for a recent pickups video. Got a bunch of DVDs and one Blu-ray, but let's kick things off with the horror genre and Pumpkinhead. This was a Big Lot score for $2 or $3, and one that I really needed for the collection. About time I picked this up. What was really cool is I got to watch this with my younger sister and my 13-year-old niece, and had a blast doing so, man. Lots of fun watching this with family. And yeah, Pumpkinhead, man, a classic. All right, next up, we got a few Tartan Asia Extreme pickups, kicking things off with Phone. This is a really awesome South Korean ghost flick. This reporter is being harassed, so she stays at her sister's, I guess, vacation home, and shit starts going down. And then you have this really awesome performance by this young actress right here, this child actress, who steals the show anytime she's on screen. Very creepy. But man, this movie is solid, man. Very good payoff at the end. Phone. Highly recommend you pick this up if you've never seen it. Another South Korean ghost flick is The Ghost, aka Dead Friend. Now this girl right here, this lady, she wakes up with she suffers from amnesia of sorts, and the movie is about her trying to regain her memory, man. And in doing so, she finds out she was pretty much a bully, and this ghost is after her and a group of friends of her friends. And there's a bunch of twists and turns, and right when you think you have everything figured out, there's one final twist at the end that will leave you in shock. All right, that's me trying to sell it, huh? But The Ghost, pretty solid stuff. Not as good as Phone, but still up there, and highly recommend you check this out if you haven't done so. All right, next up, we have one from Taiwan, and that's going to be Silk. This is a very unique ghost flick right here. The scientist from Japan, he develops these eye drops that allow you to see ghosts, and he traps one, and he wants to do experiments on it, including hiring a detective to follow the ghost and find out a bit about his past. There's the ghost right there. And the story goes from there, man. It does get a bit cheesy towards the end with some kind of shoddy CG effects, but still very unique, and I really enjoyed it, man. Silk. All right, next up we have one from the Pang brothers, who brought us The Eye. This go round we have Diary. Now, Diary is a very stylistic, psychological slow burn that deals with this young lady right here who is not all there. She's troubled, man. And throughout the film, you're trying to figure out what's real and what isn't. What's in her? What's her in her? Her imagination, or is it real life? But yeah, man. Towards the end, some shit goes down that is pretty awesome. And another one where you think you have everything figured out, and at the very, very end, a final curveball is thrown at you, and you're left with your mouth wide open. Diary, I really dug it, man. It was a nice surprise. All right, next up, we have one from Japan, and that is Karaoke Terror. Now, this is a fun black comedy that is about these middle-aged women, divorcees right here, as you see in this corner, that are seeking revenge against these group of young karaoke loving guys because they took out one of their friends. And the story just goes from there, where they're seeking revenge and total annihilation of each other. Blood geysers ensue and murders. And that's part of the fun. A fun little black comedy right here that's packs a lot of charm. I really enjoyed it, man. Good stuff. All right, that's going to be it for the horror. We're going to jump into the action flicks now. And a few Dragon Dynasties, including The Rebel from Vietnam, starring Veronica Go, man. And she is amazing in this. If you've never seen her in Fury, I highly recommend you check it out. It might still be on Netflix, but Rebel deals with Vietnam is under French occupation, and their government is in cahoots with them. So these rebels go against the grain, and all kinds of good action scenes ensue. And Veronica Go, as always, steals the show, man. A total blast, man. Loved it. All right, next up we have one from Hong Kong, and that is Protege. Now this one's nice and gritty. It's a crime drama with, like I said, lots of grit thrown in the mix. And this has Andy Lau playing a drug kingpin, and Daniel Wu is a undercover cop who's about to take over Andy Lau's empire. And that's part of what undercover cops do. Go deep cover. And man, a lot of good stuff in this, man. You deal with the heroin trade as well as stuff closer to Daniel Wu's character's home, like this actress right here, Zhang Jingchu, who plays a single mom who's addicted to heroin and has a child, and she can't even feed the little kid, man. And it just gets pretty depressing during those scenes, man. But man, this movie is solid. It really grips at your heartstrings at times, but can't stop watching, and I really enjoyed it. Lewis Kook cameo in this steals the show. Strung out heroin baby daddy. He's awesome. All right, next up we have Jet Li's epic classic, The Legend. Very fun stuff. Fong Sai-yuk. I had part 2 on VHS for the longest time, so I finally pulled the trigger, picked this one up, and a total blast. A kung fu comedy. Jet Li does some crazy, crazy cool stunts in this. His mom steals the show. His character's mom, played by Josephine Sao, and she's lots of fun. And his love interest, Michelle Reyes, is a looker. She's really good looking. All right. Next up is a small disappointment, Tartan Asia Extreme pickup, which has nothing to do with horror and nothing extreme about this, sadly. Another Public Enemy. This is a South Korean crime drama with little to no action. And at the 2.5-hour runtime, you expect there to be some fun action set pieces, but there's none of that. This is mostly based on acting performances and a bit of a slow-paced prosecutor taking on the bad guy drama. And it was a bit disappointing. Like I said, man, this feels like a South Korean TV drama, man. It's shown its age, I guess, but very disappointed, man. Why it was even included in the Tartan Asia Extreme line, who knows? Just picked it up for the sole reason of this, but was left kind of 6 out of 10 if I had to rate it. Next up, we have Boycott, Undisputed 4, and wow, Scott Adkins is a beast, and he blew me away in this. My very first Undisputed film I've ever watched, and I can't wait to see part 3 because I heard 3 is even better. And I love this one, man. So I hope it delivers. All right, and finally, guys, I have Justice League Doom. This is a DC animated movie, and I love anything they release like this. Had to pick it up. Justice League taking on Vandal Savage and the Legion of Doom. Has Batman in it. What else can you say? That's going to be it, guys, for my spring break pickups, recent watches. See you guys again very soon. Peace.